Chud is cooked. His worst nightmare came to fruition today. Oh, he is fried. Them good folks came to that courtroom and they gave Chud everything he been asking for. Oh, they gave him everything he been wanting for, man. See, I got to admit, people, I got to confess. I have to apologize to my Lord. See, when the Devils was on X, the racist playground, they made me lose faith in my Lord, man. I thought my Lord was gonna let us down. I didn't know the mighty God I serve. So I have to exalt him in front of the world now because I lost faith privately. When them Devils came on X and they proclaimed victory and they proclaimed that Chud will be released this week, I almost lost faith in my God, but my God showed me today he's a mighty God. Chud in his racist community was confident. Oh, you couldn't tell him nothing. They just knew Chud was coming home this week. They posted Chud would hopefully be out next week. The only thing keeping him in is this failure to appear warrant. And the reason why this was devastating is because they announced that they had secured 10 bail bondsmen ready to bond out Chud. So that obstacle was gone, and the only thing keeping him was this failure to appear warrant in his theft case. So he goes, even though he was in Davidson County's custody the night before court and then was relinquished back into Montgomery County as part of what seems to be a pre-planned plot to keep it in as long as possible. Once out, Chud will be evicted from the home he's lived in for 10 years. We're looking for a new place to live as he is now being ordered by the court to report the address of where he will be. When I first read that, it worried me, people, but I had to make videos with a poker face. I couldn't let you guys know that I was worried. I had to bring a poker face, because if I look worried, you guys will be worried. We had to come here with a poker face, but I thought, damn, how were they able to do this? Not knowing my God had other plans. Because what was keeping Chud in was the $1 million bond. Now, some way, somehow, dumb racist white boys was able to put together their paper, man. They was able to make calls. They was able to be grassrooted. They was able to get the bail bondsmen to fold and cave because we ain't making enough calls. The bail bondsmen that initially said we not bonding him out, they was able to cave to them boys because they made calls every day relentlessly and bullied them into stepping up to bond out Chud. So Chud had the bond package already secured according to them. He only had the arrest warrant for failure to appear because he went to jail the night before and got released like the morning of and couldn't make it. Okay. Well, he was back in court today. Now, this was something like the case that he was like appearing for was like a misdemeanor. So they thought, man, this is nothing. This is probably gonna get thrown out. Like, it's a little misdemeanor. He's gonna come out. So they was walking into this confident. Chud even came to the courtroom all smiles. He wasn't angry or sad as he usually is. Ain't no more puppy dog eyes in the beginning. Because he thought, man, I'm coming out. This is a misdemeanor. This is nothing.
Online streamer known as Chud the Builder is expected in a Nashville courtroom.
Jaxie is back in studio with us now to show us what's planned for today. Jaxie, good morning.
Nicole and Mark Dalton Etherly, a.k.a. Chud the Builder, is scheduled to appear in Davidson County today as he faces 3 misdemeanor charges stemming from an incident at a downtown Nashville hotel. Etherly, who is also facing separate felony charges in Montgomery County, is set for a preliminary hearing before Judge Melissa Blackburn in General Sessions Court. Court records show the Nashville cases include theft under $1,000, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. The charges are from a May incident at Bob's Steak and Chop House inside the Omni Hotel. Investigators say Etherly live streamed inside the restaurant after staff asked him not to, then refused to pay a more than $370 tab after being told to leave. At his last court appearance, a bench warrant was issued after he did not appear for a scheduled Davidson County hearing. We'll be following the hearing this morning to learn whether this case moves forward.
You couldn't tell them they wasn't having a good day, bruh. They was straight aura farming that courtroom. Chud walked in straight aura farming, bruh. Had the chains across his waist. His hands were shackled. but he had his hands positioned like this, as if he was like an evil villain in a movie, as if he was summoning ninjutsu. I said, look at this guy, bro. This dude who literally lived in a trailer park for the last 10 years. This racist trash is acting like he's some type of like sophisticated diplomat. Man, all right, bro. But he got some bad news. So the first thing we found out is that bond is getting revoked. That bond is getting revoked. Okay? Not the $1 million bond, but the bond for the misdemeanor he was out on, that bond got revoked, meaning he got to stay in jail. And you know why they revoked his bond? Because they deem him a threat to society, as they should. As they should. As they should, man. See, when you commit crimes in this country, the good white men say they have the power to hold y'all if they want to, if they deem you are a threat to others. And as they should. He is a threat. All right? Now, it's a misdemeanor, okay, but you still have to prove that if you get released out on bond, you won't do harm to others. And how could they be so sure when you online, on X, on Twitter, on your live stream, you online saying that your grand finale is gonna be leaving a black man dead on the pavement? The judge seen this and just said, huh? You want me to free you? Man, all right. Bro, stop wasting my time out here, man.
On influencer Chud the Builder will remain behind bars, accused of attempted murder and linked to dozens of violent videos online. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Bob Mueller.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. News 2's Lexi Wilson explains what happened in a Davidson County courthouse this morning.
Dalton Etherly, better known as Chud the Builder, enters a Davidson County courtroom Wednesday. The social media influencer facing charges in Nashville after he refused to stop live streaming inside a restaurant at the Omni Hotel and then refused to pay. But the hearing today mostly focused on a separate case in Montgomery County. Prosecutors played videos and reviewed social media posts made by Etherly, posted before the shooting outside the Montgomery County courthouse. They were racist and violent.
So even social media would recognize what he's saying is improper?
Yes, sir.
And improper is a nice word, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Etherly is charged with attempted murder in that case. Etherly's attorney argued the court should consider threats his client receives online.
Mr. Etherly has made complaints about people making threats to him, correct? In fact, to the local sheriff, well, I say local, we're in Davidson County, but to the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department, he's made several complaints. Yes. Including people threatening to chop his infant son's head off.
In the end, the judge sided with prosecutors and revoked Etherly's Davidson County bond, citing concerns about the violent social media posts. Etherly's attorney filed a motion to dismiss the charges in Nashville, but that was not addressed today.
Mr. Etherly's looking at being held without bond on misdemeanors that he ought to have been cited for. And he's charged with a resisting arrest that I think even the state would capitulate as improper.
His next court appearance in Davidson County is set for June 25th. Etherly is also facing a $1 million bond in the Montgomery County shooting case.
Chud, you did bad, bruh. You did bad, man. You did horrendous, bro. You not getting out, man. Bro, get comfy. These idiots got another court date scheduled in 8 days on the 25th. And I'm like, why? They got a court date scheduled for them to figure out if the charges are getting dropped. So you want a court date scheduled in 8 days for these charges to get dropped. The charges that the judge just revoked bond on, are you crazy? In what world would a judge revoke bond in a misdemeanor case and then 8 days later dismiss the case? You have no chance, bro. It's over with. This, to me, is a common sense ruling. It's not even about whether or not we hate Chud, because we do hate Chud now, right? We do wish the worst on Chud now, but this is common sense. This man has made his entire content going around and harassing people. The world watched this take place. People were begging authorities to step in and do something before somebody get hurt. Authorities sat back and allowed him to operate. Once they seen the consequences of his actions, they're now taking improper proto steps to protect everybody. I think the internet has completely desensitized us Do we understand how absolutely wild what Chud did is? Chud was going around calling people the N-word with a hard R, live streaming it for profit. Then he came on his X account and said he's going to shoot and kill a black person and get away with it, and black people are gonna march. He then proceeds to follow up on that credible threat. Do you understand how wild that is from a judge perspective? This man is a menace. He can't be let back in society. We got to do what we got to do to protect society. Can you imagine if Chud gets released and he's allowed to go back out there and run that same content again? The next time somebody is going to get hurt badly. And there may not be survivors. And that's what I'm saying. We need to protect the world from Chud. Chud shouldn't be like put back out here, to shoot more people? To now actually commit murder? No, hell nah, bro. Keep him in jail. Now, the detective actually testified, and he blew a hole in Chud's case. So he testified because he reviewed the footage. Now, when he reviewed the footage, he says, listen, this is not self-defense for clear and obvious reasons.
Happening now, the controversial online streamer known as Chud the Builder is making an appearance in a Nashville courtroom. Dalton Etherly faces 3 misdemeanor charges stemming from a May incident at Bob's Steak and Chop House inside the Omni Hotel. Investigators say Etherly live streamed inside the restaurant after staff asked him not to, then refused to pay. Etherly also faces separate felony charges in Montgomery County for a shooting investigation. During Etherly's court appearance, one investigator on the stand recalled the shooting.
Shots are shown to be fired prior to them hitting the ground.
Shots are being shown to have been fired prior to that?
Yes.
And how do we know that?
I can see, or in the courthouse video, it shows the casing ejecting from the firearm. It also shows the ricochet off the concrete planter.
Okay.
Prior to them hitting the ground.
So Mr. Fox hadn't been hit at that point, correct? You're seeing a ricochet in one casing.
I would assume so.
The judge denied Etherly's release today, citing violent posts he's made on social media. Etherly is also facing a $1 million bond in the Montgomery County case.
That puts such a big hole in their self-defense case. That's so important. You know why that's important? Because the narrative online, any one of these commentators, he was taking Chud to the ground. Chud had to shoot him. I mean, you can't take somebody to the ground. I mean, the ground's the most dangerous position. They were saying that time after time after time after time. But with this, what this tells us is, hold on. Joshua Fox was already shot. See, Chud walked up to Joshua Fox, antagonized Joshua Fox to start an issue. Joshua Fox responded back with Chud by standing up and saying, yo, stop calling me a slur. Chud walked off. Joshua Fox said, yo, don't call me a Chud. Chud turned back around and said, or what? Joshua Fox took off on him after Chud says, or what? Stop chimping out. He took off on him. He socked him. Chud could have very well socked Joshua Fox back or take off, leave, retreat. Chud put out a gun and shot him. That's not self-defense, bro. You antagonized the conflict, call that man a slur. The man punched you. You had an option to punch him back or retreat, and you choose to shoot him. So this narrative that Chud had to shoot him because he was taking Chud to the ground and he had Chud in a headlock. No, the headlock came after Chud already fired the gun. So Chud is cooked, it's over with, it's done, brother. Y'all dummies really admitted this. Man, all right, bro, good luck, bro. Chud is fried, Chud is cooked, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, man. Do I owe the good Lord an apology for ever doubting him? I thought I would have had to come here and announce, man, Chud is free. But it looks like we got a long time until I'll be making that video, okay? Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, then click on this video right here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here or here or here or here. Find out how these new TDE allegations just hit the timeline. We dive deep into it. Is TDE and Kendrick Lamar guilty? Find out in this video. Click on the hype button below to send me a hype if you really want to support. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.